Good morning from Universal Studios, Orlando. Spring break is just around the corner, so I decided it would be in your best interest for me to give you a little heads up of what's up at the park right now. As you can see, crossing the bridge, there are some people. Park opens in 2 minutes. And this is what we're looking at by way of traffic. Let's go to this one. Okay, parking is $26 for general parking. Prime is $36 if you get here after 6. Parking is free. Just know that even if you want to go to Universal City Walk, you still got to pay for parking. It's kind of a bummer. All right, and if you're wondering, now, Chris, what's the difference between Premier Pass and regular parking? I mean, it's $10 more. What do you get? Well, those people get to go to the right, you get to go to the left with the blue cones. Ooh. So now, here's the deal with the Premier parking. You get to not only drive with your hazard lights on, you get a cool flag underneath your windshield wiper, and you get the cool blue cones. The only real advantage is you get to park on the 3rd floor. Now you're wondering, so who cares? Why would I want to go and park on the 3rd floor? Well, easy access, baby.
Easy access, baby.
So the way to the attractions, everything is on the 3rd floor, so you just go right straight across. At the end of the day, you go right straight across. You don't need to go up or down any escalators. So now the next question would be, is it worth it? I don't know. It's a personal preference, to be totally honest with you. Leslie does not have it on her pass, so she's had to park on the 1st floor. She's had to park on the top floor. So you wound up having to walk like a little bit more to the escalator and then down. Either way, you're 1 floor up or you're 1 floor down, but you're still darn near the same distance. So, is it worth it? No, it's not. Save your $10 and spend it on some butterbeer, and you'll have some change left over. So, the only reason that I get the Premier parking is because my pass has it. Other than that, it's not worth it. Save your money. Now, I'm also going to go and give you another way to save some money. Little tip here: if you are a soda drinker or you're an icy drinker, get a Universal free pass or freestyle cup. It's $16.99 for one. It is discounted if you buy multiples. Now, your first day of drinks is totally free. It's kind of small inside though, so you are going to go through drinks fairly quickly. This is the inside. It's a little insulated, but it's also a little. So just know that when you get your cup, if you decide, you know what, I'm just going to be blazing through drinks, you can only do a refill every 10 minutes. Now, it is the Coke Freestyle Cup, which means they've got that soda machine that you can do like over 100 different kinds of flavors. Every kind of Coke or ginger ale, Sprite, what have you. It's all there, so it's a good variety. Also, the ices are free. They're usually $4 for a soda, no refills, or $5.50 for an icy. And you get those all day with this. Just know, little disclaimer to all you Harry Potterers out there, butterbeer doesn't count. Sorry. But everything else does. Is it worth it? If you're a drinker, absolutely. I strongly recommend it. Now, you think, but Chris, why would I want to go and carry this all around the park? take it on rides, stuff like that. They do have lockers for a lot of the major rides. So you can't take these on anyway. You just dump it out, throw it in a locker. By the time you get off your ride, grab your cup, grab your refill, you're good. And the refill things are all around the park, so it's pretty much a win-win. So now, what if you're going to the park multiple days and you have your cup? The nice thing is, each additional day is $10. So again, you can get like 2.5 sodas, and it pays for itself. It really is worth it if you are a heavy drinker. If you're not a heavy soda drinker, save your money, just drink water. They will give you water cups that you can drink out of for free. For all you non-soda junkies out there. Now, when it comes to the rest of the park, there is security. Let's check it out. You're required to wear a face mask. It's a pain in the butt. You kind of get used to it after a while, but it's still a pain in the butt. You also have temperature screening and hand sanitizer. So, gotta make sure you're healthy before you get in. And even though you're parked right there, you still have to walk about a mile to get to the gate of either Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure. And then on top of that, you've got to go through the metal detectors. Security is kind of a big deal here, so just be aware. It's kind of like going to the airport. It's serious. Nice thing is they do have these walking escalators. A lot of times they're working, a lot of times they're not. But when they do work, it is nice. Because like I said, you still have a long walk to get to the park. It's a beautiful day today though, nonetheless. Thank goodness. And of course you do have to walk through City Walk just to get to the parks. Now what is City Walk? City Walk is movie theaters, restaurants, and stores. Really, there's only a few stores, quite a few restaurants. Sadly, the Blue Man Group is no longer here, so don't get all excited when you see that, thinking you'll be able to see them. They are gone. Thank you, COVID, for ruining that. They got tons of different food. All in all, it's kind of cool, but it's all overpriced, but still pretty cool. Now, if you go to the left, you can go to Islands of Adventure. If you go to the right, it's Universal Studios. Now, the main difference between the two, well, they both have different kinds of rides. Both are owned by Universal Studios, but different feel altogether. They both have the world of Harry Potter for all you Harry Potter nuts, and you do need different park admission to get into both parks. So don't think the one ticket will get you into both. You need 2 passes. And don't forget, while you're here, you have to get your picture taken in front of the iconic Universal Globe. Also, right now until March 28th, they do have Mardi Gras going on, which is a combination of different kind of drinks and foods from all around the world. So if you are an alcohol drinker, just know they got some crazy drinks in there. And if you like different foods, they got that too. All right, now that we are inside the actual park, there's a couple things I want to go over. They do have express passes. It does cost a little more, but you get to skip to the front of the line fairly quickly. Pretty much cuts the ride time in half. Is it worth it? Depends on the day. Now, I'm not going to give you prices of the park ticket itself. You definitely want to go and check out the website itself for the prices of the pass, only because they are subject to change. Now, with that being said, let's go in. This is it on a fairly regular day. Just know when you come here for spring break, it will be crazy. Anytime in mid to late March to April, it's gonna be nuts here. And anytime during the summer, these streets will be full of people. It's kind of crazy. Is it worth it? That all just depends on what you like. My daughter just likes Hello Kitty. She can hang out at that store all day long. Now, also something to note, you do have to wear your mask at all times. They do have little spots you can take them off. They are out there, but you still need to socially distance. And you can only get this close to the characters. And with Mardi Gras, of course, they've got the floats, they've got the people here, so they're out throwing beads that you can collect. It's exciting. Woohoo! You ever wonder what your pets are doing when you're not at home? Now you know.
Yes, big stuff today, did you?
Wow. They're watching TV and playing on the record player. Now, if you do want to get your picture taken with any of the floats or anything like that, you can go and take off your mask, only for a minute. And then you have to put it back on. Speaking of meet and greets, you can meet Bumblebee. And if you saw my Men in Black video the other day, you know that Bumblebee is an alien living among us. It's true. Usually they'll have like Optimus Prime, Megatron, or Bumblebee, which is very cool. If you're a Transformers fan, if not, well, it's just a robot. Now, if you're not one for meet and greets, or you're a parent that just doesn't feel like getting sick while on a roller coaster, they do have this area here that used to be for concerts. Now they don't do concerts anymore. They just have decorations there and areas for parents or non-roller coaster people to chill. Because then there is this ride, the Hollywood Rip It Rocket roller coaster. You literally go straight up, drop down, and wind up going 65 miles an hour. The cool thing with this ride is you can go and select what kind of music you like, whether it's hip hop or rap or country or heavy metal. You pick your music type, you can pick a kind of music, and it will play that band while you are on it. Now, they only give you about 16 different songs to choose from while you are on the ride. Is it awesome? Heck yeah, it is. And that's the first ride I'm gonna go on. Now, I can't take you with me because you cannot bring anything with you. No cell phones, no keys, no cups, no nothing. So that's where the free lockers come into play. You throw your stuff in the locker, go on the ride. It's free for the smaller locker. Bigger ones cost money. And then, of course, if you leave it all day, they will wind up charging you. So don't do that. Now, if you're not one for the upside down roller coasters, the Mummy is the ride for you. Great dark roller coaster. Very similar to Space Mountain, but nothing like Space Mountain. Usually has a slow line, and as my wife points out, there's Mummy, guys. Pharaohs. Yeah, she gets distracted. Sorry for calling you out, Leslie. Someone had to say it. Now there's multiple ways to go from Islands of Adventure to Universal and vice versa. One is King's Cross. It is the train station that has platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter. It is a train that will take you from Universal to Islands of Adventure, and like I said, vice versa. It does require to literally leave the park, so you do need to have your park pass with you in order to leave, to go into the other park, and then to get back. Now, that will take you over to Harry Potter Land, or the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. To get to Diagon Alley, it's actually fairly well hidden. I'll show you. Check this out. Right here next to Leicester Square Station. You see this right here? Looks just like just like a wall. You can go that way or this way. You hear that grumbling? That's the dragon. The dragon is right there. And if you hang tight, he's gonna do something. This is Diagon Alley. This is where social distancing goes out the window. This place is usually jam-packed, full of people, elbow to elbow. It's just downright crazy. And there's stuff for all the little wizards to do. They get their wands and they can control all the stuff in the windows. It's actually pretty cool. And every now and then you can hear the growling of the dragon and it will start breathing fire. It is very cool. So we're gonna go to Gringotts Bank because the wait is only 15 minutes, which is not bad at all. This ride is amazingly well done. All of the bankers here look quite real and creepy.
Make your way to the security office, where your Gringotts identity...
Now, just a heads up, do not think you're funny and try and touch these. Somebody just did that last week and they got in trouble, so don't do it. Also, pay attention to the paintings. Like this, it'll actually come alive and start talking to you. This ride is, the queue is so well done. Very, very impressed with it. I like it. It's fun. It is a 3D ride. It does have some turns that may make you sick. But I'm literally walking right through the queue. I have not stopped. It's it's kind of different. I like it.
Take care, TC. Just a little respect, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody give it up for me. All the way from Calumet City, Illinois. Give it up for Joey and Jake and Elwood Blues, the Sultans of Soul. It's the amazing Blues Brothers. Come on, let them hear it. Put those hands together and make some noise.
Welcome everybody to Liza's Hero! Is everybody ready? What about you? You ready? Yep. All right, hit it. so glad to see so many of you lovely people here today. But just remember, people, that no matter who you are and what you do to live, thrive, and survive, some things still make us all the same. You, me, them, my brother Jake, Jazz on the horn, everybody, people. Come on, hands up, put them together, and sing it with us. Everybody.
Now, if you're not into rides and more into shows, the Universal Orlando's horror makeup show, very entertaining. Make sure you get here a little early though, because it does fill up quickly. The other one is the Born Stuntacular show. Live action right down the street. Also amazing, very well done show. I highly recommend it. Also, again, get there early because it does fill up quick. It's the gang from Scooby-Doo.
So some mysteries. He's been cooped up in the van for a while, so we figured keep him out here in the yard. He's actually helping Velma make some
And there's the mystery machine. Very cool. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Now, if you're not into roller coasters, not really into the shows, you can always kick it old school and go on the E.T. ride. It's a dark ride, very old school, very similar to Peter Pan's. So I actually recommend it. It's a very cute ride. Now, if you do have kids, unfortunately, they cannot play in Fievel's Playland due to COVID. It kind of ruined it. Right on the other side over there is Woody Woodpecker's roller coaster. Always has a short line because nobody ever goes over here. The whole area, in fact, over here where Barney is all being torn out for, I want to say it's like Super Mario World. They've got it over in Japan and it's coming here to the US. Very exciting. But in the meantime, all of this is off limits. There's only a 20-minute wait for ET, so let's go check it out. So there you have it. Whether you're looking for chill shows, regular shows, adrenaline rides, or just regular rides, or helicopter rides. Okay, Universal doesn't do the helicopter rides. They're like 30 bucks outside the park and down the street. But all in all, Universal Orlando, Florida, this spring break is going to be crazy busy. Just be ready, dress appropriately, because it's going to be hot and humid and you're going to be outside a lot. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Later, we'll focus on Islands of Adventure and everything that's going on there. So, from Universal Studios Orlando, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.